Here is our video walkthrough of a 2020 Keystone Ultra Lite Outback 240 URS. You'll notice first thing, you've got two oversized propane tanks. You have here two batteries piggybacked. You have your weight distribution, locks and pins. It's currently locked up. Here you have your electric tongue jack with a light on it. And there you go for your outside. You also have this really nifty light, which is a switch right here. And what that does is it lights up this whole section with LED, which is really terrific when it's dark and you're trying to find your unit among a desert full of other units. Okay, as we do our walk around, here you have your exterior storage compartment. What this typically stores is your main components for your weight distribution system. You've got your two sway bars, your brake, grease, which is necessary as you can tell. Here's your chains. You also have your battery disconnect. Right now the battery is on and connected, but if you were putting this into storage, you would pull that red lever out, disconnect the battery and save its juice. Close that up, you'll notice it does have a magnetic hold, which is very convenient. There's also a light on the outside here that can be turned on and off. Nice little switch. And as we back up a little bit, you'll see the ramp. There's your toy hauler aspect. You can just pop that ramp open using the key on the two handles. The way that works is you put the key in here, you twist the handle, do the same thing on this side, it releases it, you walk it down, the ramp will then expand and extend, and it'll go to about here. So there's your perspective. You have your main entrance. The stairs are already folded out. They do collapse inwards. There's your windows above the dinette set. Well, that's above the kitchen. This is above the dinette set. Here you have your power jacks. Easy peasy breezy. Press a button, extend, or retract. That'll come down on both sides automatically, level you out, super duper easy. Above here you've got your awning, goes all the way across. It's massively ginormous. It does have lights built into it. Here's your retractable extension, and that's where the king bed is. So that's where you get that extra 4 feet of space and open up the dinette and the sofa couch. On this side, in the back, you have your additional storage compartment. Now what'll happen is, right here there's a pin. You pull that, this extra spare tire comes down. It does have a cover that I included, and you'll be able to pop open your storage bin. In that storage bin is your hoses, your sewage hose, your water hose, your extra hose, usually some adapters, odds and ends, maybe some tools. And here you have a nice little latch that helps secure and lock it when the extension is inwards. Awesome. All right, as we do a full walk around, on this side, you're gonna have your water fill. So on your left is your freshwater connection. On your right is your city water connection. They make it super duper easy so you can't mess up, because when you pop open your city water, you already have a built-in filter and your nozzle to twist and secure your hose. Super easy. Put the cover back on. Your freshwater is not going to have that because it's made for a funnel or a hose to just pour water in. That's in case you're doing what we're doing now and dry camping or boondocking. You don't have a water supply, you don't have a spigot, you might need some extra water, God forbid. You can pour it right into that. That's your fresh water fill. That's called a gravity fill, some people call it. There you go. I believe that's the heater. You don't really need to ever touch that or mess with it. Here's your fuse box. Again, you really don't need to mess with that. Now here's where your 30 amp cord goes. That comes with this. It is in that back rear exterior storage. That's your 30 amp connection. It's 25 feet. And when you're at a campground, you'll plug that right into their dock and you'll be all set with full power. Here is a extra black water tank connection, which is awesome. So you can use a hose and flush out your toilet if it gets stuck for some reason, or it's not emptying out properly, or you just want to keep it clean, which I highly recommend. Connect an extra hose here, tighten it up, let the water flow, flush the toilet, keep it drained, you are good to go. Now what I skipped, oh, here's your vents for any toys that you might have in there, ATVs, things like that. You're going to want to open those vents so the gas doesn't smell inside. What I skipped on this side was your levers. And pardon me, they're actually right where we came from. Where your sewage connection is going to be is right down here. So you see where the tires are? To the left, about a couple feet, you're going to have your sewer hose. On the left, you have what's called your gray waste. On the right is your black waste tank. You pull those levers once you connect the hose to a septic or sewer, and you let it dump out. What I recommend is flush the toilet, run the water, get everything out of there. Empty it all. Empty all the tanks. When you're done, you typically turn that back, lock it in, push those levers in, and you're all set. Never ever leave those levers open or out. They will start to smell. Don't do it. People will know. All right, now we're going to enter. I'm going to make a second video. I'll chop the video afterwards. But here you can see it's got the Arctic Barrier 4 Seasons. Here's the model number. I always clip a flashlight here. Super duper handy. It's daytime, you can't really see it, but there you go. We're going to enter. When we enter, you'll notice that there is a screen door here, which I'm going to show you in a second. It's called Screenshot, and it secures real nice and tight, secure. And that's going to keep your bugs out. So what's awesome about that is you can still get some airflow in and not have to keep opening and closing the full door. So this is really great. Now here I've got some leveling blocks and some levels. Those are extra stuff. That'll be included. Welcome mat, of course. I typically strongly encourage everyone to take their shoes off right here, leave it on the welcome mat. But I'm going to show you a full walkthrough. So here's your controls. This is the control panel. This is super important. On your left-hand side at the top, you have all of your tanks. Let's just focus on that. There you go. You're going to press that fresh water. I filled it up. It's a full freshwater tank. Your batteries are also going to be full. Now, if it's not completely level, the black and the gray tanks are not going to read 100% accurate. So right now it's probably going to show you about a third because I'm on a very, very slight tilt. Yeah, that's what I expected. It is truly empty. I've made sure of that. And you'll see here on the gray that it is officially empty. Now, these blue lights, when you're not hooked up, you're going to need your water pump. You're going to always turn that on. But you're only going to turn on when you need it. And it's going to take about 5 minutes for that water to flow. Same thing with the electric water or your LP gas. Now what the difference is, electric is if you're plugged into an actual outlet or a dock. If you're boondocking, dry camping, you're only going to use your gas, your propane. So really we can leave that water pump on. And we don't have to heat it up right now, but before you take a shower, you're going to want to turn that one on. You're going to give it a couple minutes for that water to heat up the tank. And then you take a nice shower and you turn it off when you're done. Below it, you have your lights for the inside. You have your lights for the outside. That's your awning. And some units have an option here where you can add externally an additional light and connect it to this switch. It doesn't come factory. There is no option to buy it from the dealership, but you could purchase it third party and it allows you to connect an auxiliary there. Below it, you have your slide in and out, which is the bed. Next to that, you have your awning. If you don't need the awning and you're not paying attention, always, always, always leave it in. It's the most fragile item in every trailer. It will break if you leave it out, if the wind hits it, if it rains hard, something happens. It's a very expensive item and you only want to use it when you're outside, enjoying it, paying attention, and sitting under it. And then you've got some additional glide areas. It's basically a standard control panel, so they use it for all of their units. If there was a larger unit, it would have additional buttons here. It's nothing to worry about. To the left is your thermostat. When you're connected to electricity from a dock, then you can use your air conditioning. Otherwise, you are limited to only using heat off of propane. You would press this big button, and it's going to go from off to on, and then you can adjust accordingly. Now granted, since they're not hooked up right now for AC, you can't really get any benefit from cool. But what you can do is at night you can turn that heat up. I'm just going to press that up button. You never want it that high, that's kind of wild. but let's keep it at a reasonable temperature. Now for now, we're going to turn it off. It's daytime. Over here, you've got your fridge and your freezer. A couple things we want to show you about that. First off, when you grab this handle on your fridge, you need to lift up, right? It's going to take you a couple tries to get the hang of that, but when you lift up, press in, lift up, and it's going to open. If you don't do that, and you'll notice that it is clean. I put a couple bottles of water in there. Always keep a few nice and chilled. If you do not lift up and you just try to pull out, it will not work. It's a child safety protection. It's a pain in the neck, but once you know it, piece of cake. Thankfully, the freezer, you don't have to do that. In the freezer up top, you've got a setting on off, gas or automatic. Now we leave it on automatic. That's your standard protocol. That means that if you are hooked up to electric, it will use the electric. But if you are not hooked up to electric, it will automatically default to the propane tanks, which is perfect. So that's what it's doing right now. To the left of that, you've got your pantry. What's really nice about this pantry is you've got 3 really large cabinets. And here we keep some additional towels. They're all brand new. Here we keep all your pots and pans. Nice little container. Most of these are brand new, maybe used once or twice tops. It's a full set. And that top one is a bit taller, and so that's where the pans go. And you can do whatever you want. Below that, you have your manual, your paperwork, everything that came with this RV, probably never ever opened. You also have your remotes. I keep them all in one place. Jensen is the TV remote. Jensen is the TV remote, sorry, the larger one. The little one is your Jensen radio. And here I have an Amazon Fire Stick, which I take with me. And that's for all your streaming services. Here's your Jensen radio. Here's the microwave, which still has plastic on it. And it's great, you press that button, you pop it open. However, the thing about the microwave is, if you don't have power, you can't use it. The stove is a 3-burner stove. You pop open the cover, give it a 2-fold, and you've got your residential stove here. Now it works just like a grill, where what you're going to do is you're going to turn it from off to flame, and then crank that flame up. Boom, you got fire. Then you're going to turn it to whatever you want. You want high, you want low, you give it a twist. When you're done with it, you twist it to the left and make sure it says off. Make sure it says off. Said it twice, right? Easy cleaning. Just pull these up and wash them in the sink. Close this up, fold it down. Boom, you're good. Sink, super wide, double wide, stainless steel. It's awesome. And because we turned that water pump on, we're just gonna test the water here. Boom, it flows magnificent. Now you don't like that setting for the shower head, you can get regular water too. Magnificent. It does come with its own cover, which serves as a dual purpose dish rack. I love it, it rolls up, it's one of my favorite things. Let's put that there. Above the sink, you've got your storage. Now, you can use this for whatever you want. Here we've got some kind of disposable stuff, easy peasy. Napkins, tinfoil, all that good stuff. Extra set of silverware, brand new. All right. Below your sink, you have pretty large storage here. Another one of these bins, which is great. All the cleaning supplies, extra stuff, sponges, gloves, all that good stuff. Trash bags, right? Your hot water, cold water. And here you've got 3 drawers. Usually they're odds and ends, to be completely honest. So the top one, you've got your dish rag, some wipes, some spices. These are really cool, the fairy lights. They'll probably come with me though. Your emergency lighter. Always got to have one of those, light the fire, or if God forbid the stove or the oven is not opening or lighting, you can just do a quick one of those just like you would at home. Some extra masks. And here's your paperwork for reference, your insurance, your documents, it's all there. Camping directory. I realize I did not show you the oven. Check it out. Like residential, super duper awesome. Same concept. You turn it from off, give it a light, and good to go. You also have this really nifty, cool blue LED light on it. As we move over to this side, you've got your dinette table, which is convertible. The way that works is you lift this, super duper easy, super lightweight. Boom, just like a pillow. You move that out of the way. Underneath, you've got your storage, which is where you're going to put those table stands. So that's some good storage. Extra bedding, whatever you might need. The way the table works here is you just pull it right off of those stands. Stands come loose, the base plates stay put, they are reinforced. And you take those legs, you put them underneath, you take the table, and you're going to set it up so it lines right there and right there. And that's going to be a surface for you to then lay these cushions down flat, put a cover over them, add a sheet, and you've got yourself an extra bed. It's a full size or double size bed, something of that nature. Very comfortable, matter of fact. On this side, you have your jackknife sofa, seats 2 or 3. And when I say jackknife, what I mean is you just lift right below it, give it a pull, and boom, it drops down into another full-size bed. So what'll happen is your table will look exactly like this. You'll have 2 beds side by side. One, a nice gap, and another one. So really terrific. I will close that sofa up after I finish this walkthrough. Here we've got your king-size bed, brand new bedding, always covered, mattress is comfortable, brand new pillows. You've got your awnings and blinds that you can open and close as needed. You can see they're called blackout blinds, pretty awesome. Up top you've got extra storage if you need to put your laptop or whatever it might be. There is a light just for the bed that's you can press button and turn it on or off. Curtains for extra privacy if you need. Here's your outlet. That's a nice sneaky one. It took me a moment to find it when I was looking around, and that's where you just put an extension cord and you can charge your laptop, watch whatever you need over there. All of these lights, you'll notice that one's off, this one's on. I did that on purpose because I wanted to show you that even when the light switch is on, you just have to tap a button here and you can turn any one of these top lights on or off. You have your speaker vents, you have your heating and cooling vents up in the ceiling. You also have vents for heating down below. Super easy to just vacuum them out. And here you've got your Jensen TV. It is on an arm so you can adjust it as needed, but what's super convenient is as I'm sitting right here at the table, I can watch. If I'm in bed, I can watch. And if I'm on this sofa, I can watch. Now, I am going to need 2 hands to do the sofa. So here we go, one below, one above. Pardon me. So I'm going to have to put this phone down for a second. Voila, you are back in business. It's actually super easy, but you do need 2 hands for it. And now you've got your couch and you can sit here and watch TV. In order to get that TV to work, you do need electric power though. Again, one of the downsides. So to recap, with propane alone, you can have hot water, you can take showers, you can use a toilet, you can have running water, you can run the pipes and the pump, you can cook, you can use the cooktop. What you cannot do without power is you will not be able to use any outlets. You cannot use the TV, you won't be able to use the microwave, and you can't use any outlets or air conditioning. The propane does power the fridge, as a reminder. Here's your bathroom. Toilet is clean, always important. Here's your flusher. When you sit down, you're gonna constantly use that flusher. Pretty much every time you wipe, just keep flushing water through it, keep that system clean. What I did to get clever is I put this nifty little stand here, and hopefully that helps you because it doesn't come with one. Now when you're taking a shower, you're going to want to take that toilet paper off, drop that down, and you are good to go back in business. When you take a shower, you'll notice that the trailer is different than residential. The water pressure is different. However, it's quite decent. It's quite nice. You have a curtain, you have a light. You can also open up that fan. Just turn the knob and it'll open a vent and the fan will come on. And same thing over here, which is nice. Here, just to test, your sink works, your water works. Always have some soap, some Lysol, and the most important is your small garbage can here. The reason for this is that you cannot put anything other than the toilet paper that comes with the trailer in that toilet. It will clog, it will be a mess, it's a nightmare for me, please don't do it. Okay, here's your GFI, God forbid you need to reset the power for any reason, you tap that button, it'll reset, you're back in business. Alright, thank you very much. Over here, you have your storage, your guest room, whatever you want to call it. The first bed just pulls right down, boom, beautiful, magnificent, love it. Alright, your second one's a little bit different. You're going to unhook that leash and you're going to press this button in, press it up, and that'll release the legs. Now we're gonna leave that intact because it's just kind of annoying. But once it's down, it's secured, it's beautiful, it's awesome. It's the same thing as this top bed. And because these are really soft, but they're really easy to get dirty, what we do is we put covers on them. You can also unzip them, I believe. Over here you've got your wardrobe. So this is where you would hang some clothes if you need to. I always put extra water, you never know, an extra blanket, extra towel, screwdriver, hose connection for an elbow, just some basics. In the lower one, some extra storage, really deep storage, really convenient. Great for like your luggage, your suitcase, whatnot. And here is that inside of the ramp, which you would just pop open from outside with the key. Let it drop down, that'll cover the gap. And this is actually an extension. So what's really cool is once you do open it up, you can extend it for easy access. You just bring your ATV, your dirt bikes in, secure them. There's your latches on the ground. You have your vents, you have your window here, and you are all set. To open these windows, keep in mind they are fragile a little bit for the screens to pop out. They're just connected by small little things. So this is your emergency one. I prefer these windows. I love them the most. You just open this up and pop it out just like that. We're going to close that up. There you go. There are some windows that are sliders, standard at like your home. You just pull that, pop it open, keep the screen in, and you are good. Hopefully you've learned a little bit and this video helps. It does cover practically everything. If you have any questions, please just give me a call, text me, let me know. Happy to help anytime. If there's an emergency, I will answer. We'll get it resolved. We'll do what we need to do. And now you know everything there is to know. All right. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoy it.